The calf in distress video I made got a lot of attention, and I think that's because most people either have never heard of it or they've heard of it, but they've never actually used it in the field. And honestly, I think this is one of the most misunderstood elk calls out there. A lot of hunters think elk calling is just about sounding like an elk. You're trying to make the perfect bugle, the perfect cow call, the perfect location sound. But the calf in distress call is different. You're not necessarily trying to challenge an animal. You're not trying to make a bull jealous. You're not even always trying to convince an elk that you're another elk. You're triggering something instinctive. And today I want to break down what the calf in distress call is, why it works, when I use it, when I don't use it, and some of the biggest mistakes hunters make with it. First, let's talk about what this call actually is. A calf in distress call is exactly what it sounds like. A vocalization that imitates a young elk that's scared, separated, injured, or in trouble. And the reason why it's so effective is because elk are extremely social animals. They are consistently communicating. A herd isn't just a bunch of random elk walking around. There's a social structure. There's cows, calves, satellites, herd bulls, young bulls. Every sound means something. A calf isn't just making sounds for no reason. A calf calling is a signal. The biggest thing you have to understand is the difference between curiosity and instinct. A bugle might make a bull respond because he's territorial. A cow call might make a bull respond because he thinks there's a cow nearby. But a calf distress call can flip a completely different switch, especially with cows. A cow's entire job during that time of year is protecting and staying connected with her calf. So when she hears what sounds like a calf in trouble, that can override everything else. This call is interesting because it can work in different ways depending on the time of year. Early season, you have calves that are still young and dependent. The herd is still very connected. A distress sound can pull cows because they don't want that calf separated. During the rut, everything changes. You have hormones, competition, bulls moving, cows grouping together. Now the same sound can create chaos because you're adding another emotional trigger into an already intense situation. One of the biggest mistakes I see hunters make is they treat this call like a magic button. They think, if I don't see elk, I'll just scream calf distress and something will come running. That's not how I look at it. Every call is a tool. You wouldn't use a hammer for every job. You have different tools for different situations. The calf distress call is a tool that should have a purpose behind it. I like this call most when I believe elk are close. That's the first thing. This isn't usually my first choice when I'm trying to cover huge country. If I'm on a ridge glassing and I know elk are in a basin, I might use it. If I'm working into timber and I think there's an elk nearby, but they aren't talking, this can be a great way to get a reaction. One situation where this can be really interesting is when a bull goes quiet. Everyone knows the feeling. You're working a bull, he's fired up, then suddenly nothing. The mountain goes silent. A lot of hunters keep throwing bugles at him. Sometimes that works. Sometimes you're just pressuring him. A calf distress sound can change the conversation. You're no longer saying, come fight me. You're saying something is happening over here. And sometimes curiosity is what gets him moving. Like every elk call, the sound itself is only a part of it. The setup matters more. You can make the perfect call, but if your wind is wrong, it doesn't matter. You need to think about where the elk believes that sound is coming from. If you're calling from a terrible position, you might just bring elk right downwind of you. And that's where people get busted. One of the questions I get is, how much do you use it? My answer is less than you think. A real calf isn't screaming non-stop for 20 minutes. A real calf is calling because something is wrong. Think about realism. Make the sound, give it time, listen. The woods will tell you something. This call is especially interesting in timber. When you can't see elk, sounds becomes everything. A bugle tells you where a bull is. A calf distress can tell you if there's a herd nearby. It's almost like knocking on a door. You're trying to get someone inside to answer. I don't use this call blindly. If I'm hunting a mature bull that is alone, this probably isn't my first move. If I know a bull is focused on a cow and moving away, I'm probably not trying to pull the entire herd. Also, if you're in an area with a lot of hunting pressure, elk hear everything. Sometimes doing less is what kills big bulls. I remember situations where the biggest lesson wasn't the call itself. It was understanding elk behavior. The elk wasn't responding because I made a perfect sound. It responded because the sound made sense in that situation. That's the difference between just calling and actually communicating. The calf in distress call is one of those tools that every elk hunter should understand. Not because it's some secret call, but because it teaches you something bigger about elk. They aren't just reacting to sounds. They're reacting to emotion. They're reacting to situations. And the better you understand why an elk is making a sound, the better you'll understand how to talk back.